Hello. Before we get started, let's just have a count of how many people we have and what kind of operating system are we using. Okay, seems we have most students are using Windows. Okay, let's get started. Welcome to the lab of 4336 and 9336. This course is about the mobile data networking. And this lab, week 1, we are going to have a look of the environment setup. So we have 4 part of content today. The first one is the course overview, and the second one is the Wireshark installation and some fundamentals about it. And the last part is about the question and answer. So if you have any doubts about the installation, for example, you cannot capture any packets, or if you have any trouble to install the Wireshark, then we can have a discussion later. So let's go to the first part, the course overview. Please, I will share a GitHub link to you right now, so you can check some useful information through the link. I sent the link in the chat. So if possible, please just save this address. So every week I will update some like useful information for the labs. And of course, for our final exam or assignment, I will also upload some useful information that can help you to like have better marks. And if you scroll down the page, then you can see the link. So this link is the outline of the course. So if you can open the link, then we can go through with it. So basically, nothing special, but just a plan for the course. Let's have a quick look of it. So from week 1 to week 5, we will have quiz every week. So just remember you have to attend the quiz. Otherwise, you will lose some marks in this course. You can see the quiz 1, quiz 2, quiz 3, 4, 5. This one should be in Friday, right? So just remember, even you don't have time to listen the lecture, you have to like spend some time on the quiz at 11:30. So this one is very important, just keep in mind. So even you don't have time to listen to the lecture, please attend the quiz Otherwise, you will lose some mark. And for the labs, we will start from week 2. So we do have a lab in week 1, but in this week we just some like easy installation and about the Wireshark. So we don't need to do any submission. But from week 2, we do have something ask you to do, and you need to submit a report or some code. But it will not be very hard. Just remember to attend the lab. And the attendance is not compulsory, but we encourage you to attend the labs anyway. And you can also have a look of the topic. In week 1 and week 2 is like fundamentals. I think it's kind of theory stuff. You don't need to worry too much if you have some trouble in the math, like because we will have some calculation for the wireless fundamentals. Then if you feel like uncomfortable with that kind of math, don't worry too much about it, because we will not test a lot of math in the exam. It's, as you can see here, go to the next page. As you can see here, the weight of marking, only 40% is about the final exam, and 60% is about the attendance on the labs, assignment, or the quizzes. So don't worry too much if you feel like the content is very hard in week 1 and week 2. Just try to attend every lab and try to do the assignment, spend more time on it, then you should be able to get a good mark. So let's go to the previous page. You can see we will go through the Wi-Fi, Bluetooth, and cellular networks from week 3 to week 7, and then some wireless sensing and aerial networks, some like cutting edge technologies. So I think the hardest part is the week 1 and week 2. So do not feel this course is very hard, because in week 1 and week 2, the fundamental stuff is very boring because it's like pure theory. So, but you will feel like you will find much fun from week 3. Okay, and our labs will always related to the course content. For example, in the week 1, week 2, it's basically just some Wireshark labs, and from week 3 it will be like some Wi-Fi labs, and week 5 will be some Bluetooth related content. Okay, please let me know if you have any doubt about the outline. And for the marking distribution, I would say the labs should be very easy to get full marks if you like do everything we ask. What's the deadline for weekly quiz? So there's no deadline, it's online quiz. So you have to attend the quiz at a specific time and then answer all the questions. And you will get the outcome immediately. So I will just back to here. So you can see the quiz 1 at 11:30 this Friday. So please remember to go to the Moodle and check. So I suggest you to have a check of the link of the quiz before you attend it. Just make sure everything is like set. But basically just open the web page and there will some multiple choice answers during the lecture. So you just answer that. So probably I would say you will need to spend half an hour or 1 hour before the lecture to have a look of the content, to make sure you can get you can like find everything in the lecture and answer all the questions. So just spend like 1 hour before you attend the quiz. It should be fine. It will not be very hard question. Just go through all the content we mentioned. And in the marking, you can see we have 9 weekly quizzes, and the best 6 will be counted, which means you don't need to attend every quiz. It's okay that you miss 3 of them. But I strongly suggest you to attend everyone, because the best 6 will be counted. I think you cannot get every quiz like full marks. So it's better to attend every quiz. Please let me know if you have any doubts for the course. So if we don't, then we can start the labs right now. Oh, good. So I will send the GitHub link again in case you forgot it. And let's open the lab contents here. So please open the PDF of lab 1. Yes, please go to the Moodle and find the PDF for lab 1. And let's go through them. Okay. And I will also send the link in here. So if you couldn't find it, just click this link, then you will be able to open the lab 1. Which USB Wi-Fi adapter do you use personally recommending buying? Yeah, I would say if you are using a Mac OS, then you probably will not need to buy the Wi-Fi dongle. But if you do have some trouble by like capturing the packets, then I suggest you to just buy a I don't know, but I am using this one. So this one is in the recommend list. So you can see my GitHub link. We have gave you a list. This one is the TP-Link Archer. It's in the list, but basically we are not very picky. So just buy a random one, it should work. And if you have the let's say Raspberry Pi or Arduino, this kind of stuff, it will also work. So the Raspberry Pi is very easy to capture the packets, and it's very handy in this course. And if possible, just install the Linux with Kali, if you have heard about it before. The Kali OS system is based on Debian. Okay, don't worry about that. For the Windows installation, we'll go through about it. So have a look of the lab 1 at first. Basically, just ask us to install the Wireshark, right? So we will not go through the content here because it's just some reading stuff. And let's just get started about the installation. So because most of us are using the Windows right now, so I will go through the Windows and then Mac and then Linux. Is that okay? Okay, so for Windows installation, I have already write some stuff in here. For Windows, what kind of stuff do we need? So the first thing is the Mpcap libraries. So just click the link in here. Then, so this one is the reading stuff. But for the Mpcap, it's this one. So we need to download the Mpcap. This one can help you to like capture the packets in Windows. So it's a library, packet capture library. So the first step is to install this one. So just download the installer and click it and just follow the steps. Because I have already installed it, so I just skip this part. But if you have any trouble, just let me know. So if you didn't install the Mpcap, then you may not be able to capture the packets in Wireshark. And the second step is to download the latest version of Wireshark. So just click the link and you will go to the Wireshark installation. Just download the latest version of it. And I think it's pretty easy to like do the installation, right? So if you have any trouble, just let me know. And the third one is the network monitor. So I put a link in here, so you don't need to search online. Just come to the what's that? Just come to the GitHub link here. Then follow this link. I will send it again. So download the correct version of that. So this one is the latest version, network monitor. And then after this reinstallation, then we can start the capturing. So I will show you how to use it later. But for Windows, we need to install 3 stuff. The first one is the Mpcap. The second one is the Wireshark. And the third one is the network monitor. So the library will support us to use the Wireshark and the network monitor. And the Wireshark will help us to analyze the packets. So we will use it to analyze in lab 2 or lab 3. And for the network monitor, it will help us to capture the packets. And I will show you later. And for the Linux or Mac OS, it's pretty easy and straightforward. Just come to the Wireshark website, and that's all the thing we need. Just install the Wireshark. So if you don't know how to do it, I have some instruction in here. So while for Mac OS, just click the link and download it. And for the Linux, you just input the command sudo api apt install Wireshark, and it should work. If you don't have any Linux, then you can go to the WeLab. And in the WeLab, we can use the Wireshark. but you cannot capture any packets due to the security reason. So for the installation should be pretty clear in here. So just please let me know. That's okay, restarting your computer. Yeah, feel free to restart your computer if you need. Okay, so I assume you have already installed it, so we can start to use Wireshark right now. Should be something like this, right? And let's learn how to use it right now. So in here, you can see the button. To stop capturing. So in here, you can see a button, stop capturing packet. If you click it, then you may be able to capture the packet, but in here you can see I cannot capture any stuff, right? So what should I do? I can stop the capturing and probably go to a configuration or somewhere, come to here, you can see the setting here. Then you can show some like interface of my network connection or other stuff. Then you can click this button, manage interface. So it will show you how many like interface do you have in your computer. You can see in here I have a lot. So I just use my built-in Wi-Fi adapter here. So because we are analyzing the Wi-Fi stuff, right? Wi-Fi packets, Wi-Fi traffic. So we don't need other stuff. So I just unselect other stuff. I just select the Wi-Fi. And then I press OK. So you can see only one interface left is in here. And then I can click the button start. But before we click the button start, you can see what we have in this table. Like this one is the traffic. And this one is Ethernet and permission mode and the buffer monitor mode. If you are using Linux or Mac, you may be able to choose this one. But once you open the monitor mode, you will disconnect it because in the monitor mode, you will sensing and sniffing all the traffic like in the wireless network, but you will not be able to connect to a router to do that. So, but in this course, we are not required to do this kind of stuff. For the monitor mode, it's like pen testing or hacking stuff. And we require you to buy the like USB dongle to do that accepts monitor mode. But we are not asking you to like use the monitor mode anyway, but you can try it by yourself. So to do our labs, we are not required to use the monitor mode. So if you cannot use the monitor mode, that's okay. So in here, just click the start. Then you can see there are lots of traffic shows in here. And you can see my IP address. And to the outside, this one 149.137 is, and UDP is probably the Zoom meeting. Now you can see the Zoom is using the UDP protocol to send the packet instead of TCP. And if you want to stop it, just click this button, stop capturing. And you can see there are lots of information inside. And the first thing we need to learn is how to use the filter. For example, I only want to check what is the like DNS protocol. So you just type DNS and apply this filter. Then you can see only DNS protocol is in here in the table. And for example, I want to check the TCP, just type TCP in small case, lowercase, sorry. Then you can see all the TCP connection is in here. And what if I want to filter the destination or source IP? So I just type IP.dst, destination equal to my IP address. Just something like this. And if you want to combine two conditions together, for example, in here is and, you can see I want to have my destination. So the IP destination is my computer. And the TCP protocol, then I can use this symbol to connect two clauses. And we can even have more clauses like this, IP.src source IP equal to 149, this one. So that's all the traffic, like from outside to my computer, from this IP address to my computer. So that's how we use the filter. But you can see there are some syntax in here, and you may feel confused or don't know how to use it. Don't worry too much. I teach you a way that only need to use your mouse to do that. So you can see here, when I just delete all the thing, and if I want to find a packet like this, what can I do? I just right click it. Then you can see apply as a filter, right? So you just select. So the first one, IP, so the IP source is in the filter. So you don't need to, you don't even need to learn it. Just click it. And I just find the second one, like for example, I want to use the UDP. I only want to have a check for the UDP protocol. Just right click it, and we don't have the condition here, but let me see. For example, the destination, then you can see apply as a filter, and the end selected, so it will be end condition. Then you can see it can like fill all the thing by just click your mouse. Okay, so that's how we use the filter. And another thing I want to check is that apply a new column. So you can see in my Wireshark, I have a column called RSSI and signal strength. And I don't think your Wireshark have this one. So how can we add this one into our Wireshark? So if you can find a packet, then you will be able to check the information inside the packet, right? Just like this. So if I want to put the source port into this table, I just simply right click it and apply as a column in here. You can see the source port. So that's how we apply a column in the Wireshark. So please try to do something like this, because in the future labs, we will apply some new column like RSSI or signal strength. So just make sure you can use this one. Apply as a new column, create a new column. And you can deselect it. The data rate. Yeah, let me know if you have any like problem. Will we be expected to configure filters of our own? Yes, you need to figure out your filters by yourself. But as I showed you before, it's not pretty hard. It's basically just check the IP address or the SSID. And why I use UDP as the filter, but the protocol display SSDPM and DNS. This one, I'm not pretty sure why this happened, but the SSDP should be a discovery protocol, I reckon. It's an application protocol. It should be, but I think it based on the UDP, just like the HTTP. So when you type the TCP in here, it will also show you the HTTP stuff, because that kind of protocol are based on the TCP. So it will show every protocol based on TCP. So I think the SSDP is a kind of application protocol. And DNS, I'm not sure what's that. Let me check. It's a broadcast. Another question, do you have all the labs uploaded to GitHub? No, currently we have only one lab available because we are creating new labs for this semester. But you can search if you can find the old labs in the from last year. Should be similar, but we will have some new content. I don't see RSSI or signal strengths for my packets. So in here, I will show you how to get the RSSI and the signal strengths in here. So you can see, even in my computer, because I'm using Windows 11 as my operating system, you can see there is no packet has RSSI and data rate. So what can I do? If I capture for 1 or 2 minutes, no packets have the RSSI, so no signal strength. So what should I do? Do you still remember we have installed another software which called where is that? It's the Microsoft Network Monitor. So so this one, this stuff. So if you are using the Windows and you have some trouble to capture the RSSI information, then come to here, Microsoft Network Monitor. So let's see how to do it. Just deselect all the unnecessary interface. We only need the Wi-Fi interface. And then click the new capture button. Then you can see some blank plain stuff, and you can see the start button here, or you can press F5. Then you can see, just like the Wireshark, can just help us to capture this stuff. You can see some UDP traffic outflow here, and you can see the details of it. You can see the BSSID and all the Wi-Fi stuff and some metadata. So this one is just like the Wireshark, but this one can use the Windows API, so it can capture the RSSI. But even we couldn't find it here, so just stop the capturing in here, or press F7. Then you'll be able to save as in here. In desktop test, And then we can use the Wireshark to analyze the trace file in here. So just open the Wireshark and use the file, open desktop, it's test, or drag the file into here. So you can see we do have some packets have the signal strengths right now. So that's how it works. So we are not use the Wireshark to capture the packets. We are using another software called Microsoft Network Monitor 3.4 to capture this kind of packets. So we can get the signal strength information in Windows. Does it make sense? So you may be you may have doubts like how to create this column here, right? Probably in your Wireshark, you don't have this column. So how can you do that? Just choose a random packet inside the trace file, then open this information here, AO2.11 radio information. Then you will be able to find the signal strength here. Just right click it, then you can find the apply as a column option here. So if you don't have the column, just click this one, then a new column will be generated here. If you don't want it, just right click it and remove it. Remove this column, okay? So that's how we use the Windows to capture the signal strengths. So it should be easy. Please let me know if you cannot get it. Like if you follow my step and you cannot still get it, I guess you forgot to install the npm library. So usually like 90% of the computer will not need to buy the dongle to do that. Just remember to install these libraries and then use the network monitor to capture the stuff, then should be fine. And that's it. Please let me know. I'm not seeing the ISSI or signal strengths on Mac. Any ideas? Yes, let me check. So for the Mac, and the Linux, all we need to do is just use the Wireshark. Just simply click the download button, but we may have the trouble like that we cannot find the signal strength. Then that's the case, we need to use a dongle in here. So for the Mac, especially for the newest version, what's the name of the operating system? They have some trouble on capturing the AO2.11 packets. So then you may need to buy the dongle for your Mac or Linux in here. So we have give you a link in Wi-Fi adapter here. So just choose to buy one of them or any adapter that have this chipset. So later on, I will bring my Mac laptop and have a try of it. But I have used a dongle, so I use this one, the TP-Link Archer. It is working in my Mac OS laptop. So this one. But I think most of the dongle should work. Yes, another case, if you are using the PC desktop and it doesn't have the wireless network, you also need to buy this one. And if you are using a laptop, in most cases, you don't need to buy the dongles. Yes, so in here, just I want to try right now. So use the Wireshark if you are using the Linux or Mac, and use the network monitor if you are using Windows, and see if you can capture the signal strength here, because signal strength is very important for our labs. Yes, no problem. Go ahead. So the only issue we have for today is that how can we get the signal strength? So if you can get this one, then all good. If you can't, then you may need to buy some dongle in the list. Minus 10 BN for my Mac. Is that normal? Yeah, it is. So which means the signal is very strong. So please let me know if you have it, like you cannot capture the signal strength here or the RSSI. And that's basically what we need to do today. And if you have time, also check out the basic operation of Wireshark. We have a video in here, so you can, if you have time, you can check it out. And I have already told you how to capture the packet and how to open it and apply a filter, right? And the create and remove a column. But I forgot to teach you how to do the output to CSV file. Let me just show you right now. So in the file, you can see the open and the output here. So you can see we can output into different files. You can plain text or CSV or JSON stuff. Just click it. For example, it's JSON. Just save it as a JSON file. And in the future labs, we may ask you to output as a CSV. So just come to here, the file and the export packet desertion and the CSV. So just click this one, then you will be able to output a CSV file. And you can also play around with the statistics in here. Like just click some random button IO graphics and like this, and play around with the Wireshark. It's pretty fun. And you will be able to like check the traffic of the computer and DNS and HTTP. And what will be tested on in the quiz this week? So for this week, the quiz should be like extremely easy for you. So just attend the lecture. I think then you should be fine. I will also have a check of the content this week, so I may be able to give you more information. But let's focus on the installation of Wireshark and capture the signal strength right now. So please let me know if you cannot get it. Like send me a message if you cannot get it, so I can take a note, and I can also help you if you have some specific question. So I just want to know how many people can get the signal strength. and how many people cannot. So if you can get it, you don't need to send me a message. I can see that. Just if you have trouble, just let me know, please. So we will have like 5 to 10 minutes to get it done. And after that, we can have a discussion of other information in this one. So you cannot get the signal strength. Which system are you using right now? Is it Mac? Windows. Okay, Windows. For the Manson Pun, you can get the signal strength. Then you don't need to buy the USB adapter. Should be fine. You don't need to buy it. But if you want, you can buy it because it's pretty fun to play with this kind of adapter. So you don't need to spend the money. But if you want to discovering how to like sensing the packet, but like how to do the hacker stuff, you can buy it by yourself. So in this kind of list, you can use them to like do the Wi-Fi sensing and the pen testing stuff. Okay, for Windows just install the network monitor, this one. And try to do it again. If you still cannot get it, please let me know so I can help you to solve it in this session. And that's basically all the information, all the content we have for today. But I'm like more than happy to discuss with you the quiz or other stuff later this week. So please send like any question and let me know. In the final exam, it will not related to the programming stuff. So you don't need to like open the software or something other stuff. All you need to do is open a web page and answer the question over there. It's more like calculation, multiple choice, test your understanding like on the content. So for the practical stuff, it will be the labs and assignment. And the quiz will not contain this kind of like practical stuff. Quiz is always related to the theory. So the first quiz is in here. So you can see this one, just open your Moodle. Then you should be able to find the link to the week 1 quiz. So you can see the time here. We only have 25 minutes to answer the question, but we have only 10 questions anyway. It's not much. It's basically just multiple choice. Just, I think every week it's the same. So every week we will have some multiple choice question. Just remember to attend this quiz. And it will be based on the content of week 1 lecture only. So I would say just go through all the content we have in the lecture, then you should be fine. Try to understand everything. Does anyone know what's the time for the lecture? It's 10 a.m. Friday, right? Just to confirm that. It's 10 to 1, I reckon. I have a look of your Microsoft Network Monitor. Yeah, sure. So is it this view? The homepage? So you can see the quiz is at 11:13. 30. It's not 50. 11:30 and 25 minutes. Oh, that's pretty weird. I think it mentioned it's in 11:15. Not sure. Anyway, you just come to the lecture at 11. I think they have some like grace period or something. But that's as you can see here, this one, they open at this time and close at this time, and you have only 25 minutes. Even you enter later, like 11:40, you enter the quiz, then you will have only 15 minutes because the quiz will close at this time anyway. So just try to attempt this quiz like as earlier as possible, just 11:30, just enter this quiz, do not wait. I think the time is very limited, 10 questions, and basically 2.5 minutes for each one. So because if we are not familiar with the content, then it may be a little bit hard. But for the week 1, I reckon it's pretty easy because we have only learned the content for 1 hour, right? So it will not be very hard one. Just try to download every content you can get from the website, from the Moodle. Just go to the content in week 1. Oh, I think we do have a video available, is it? Yes, we do have a video. 2 hours video. So before you attend the quiz, just read through all the content in the video. Let me see if we can have the slides. Yes, we do have the slides. So go through the slides. Before you attend the quiz. We do have some like tools, the calculator, that you may need to use it during the quiz. You can see your RSSI now in Microsoft Network Monitor. That's all good. I think we do have the like offline lecture, do we? So if possible, just go to the like offline lecture if you can, and answer the content in the lecture. Yes, I recommend you to watch the video beforehand. Or if you don't have time, just watch the lecture slides. Have a look of the lecture slides. So just be familiar, just go through with it and be familiar with it. So if you have some like question, you can search. So it's open book. So in the first week, just some general question. So go through the lecture slides and figure out what is the meaning of some terms. Like, for example, what is CDMA? I always see will there be a live recording for the offline lecture, so we can live recording. I think it's not live recording, but the lab is in real time. But I don't think the lecture is in real time, according to the outline. So I suggest you to just watch the recording. But yeah, it's a good idea to have a like real-time lecture. Yeah, like if possible, just post this question on the forum. Like if we can have a like live lecture or something like that. I prefer that one. Yes. You can post it on the forum. And this one is the lecture slides. So just go through them. So what is TDMA, FDMA, CDMA, something like that. Just have a check of the overview. Like I didn't check the content of the quiz, but based on my understanding, because I have learned this course 2 years ago, usually the course will test this kind of stuff, this kind of stuff, this kind of stuff, like in the quotation in the quiz. And I'm not saying that we will not test this other stuff, like in highly likely, this kind of stuff will be tested. I just try to understand all the terms in here. And you can see there are lots of calculation. I was struggling to understand this one, but yeah, don't worry too much. The math is not the important thing in this course. But we do have some calculation anyway. But we will not use this hard of equation to do the calculation. Yeah, just let me know if you have any doubts. And if you don't, feel free to leave because we don't have much content here for week 1. But next week, we are required to have some like more detailed lab. So we may have more content. And for this week, we don't need to like do any submission for the lab. Just go through the installation. If you have no trouble with it, if you can find this stuff in your Wireshark, then you will be all set. But if you can't, just let me know. So we still have 1 hour to help you. For the online lab session, feel free to join anyone. Like we do have 2 online sessions. The first one is on 14 o'clock, and next one is probably 6 p.m. So just feel free to join anyone. For example, you have joined this session, but you still have some trouble with it. You can join the next session and ask me the question. So feel free to join it, like both of them. Still no luck with signal strengths and ISSI. I think I need to buy the dongle. Yeah, which system are you using right now? Pretty new Mac. That's the reason, because the brand new Mac have some trouble on capturing the packets. Let me try my Mac. Just give me a sec. I will close. I will try mine and see how it goes. I guess, is it still not working? Okay, let me try mine. I just got my MacBook. I'm trying to share my screen. So can you capture any packets? Can you see any traffic? I can capture packets, but it doesn't show the header. And did you check every random packet? Does it have any like signal strings information? It could be like TCP packet or UDP packet. Yeah, no signal strings. I see. Yeah, I think the new Mac does have this problem because mine is not working as well. Yeah, for the new version of it, does not use it. Yeah, need a USB dongle. And when you buy the dongle, you need to check if they support. So I reckon you may using the newest version of Mac OS, probably Monterey, something. Yeah. So that one, for that one, you need to check if the dongle supports it. For example, the TP link, this one is not supporting the newest like Mac OS. So before you buy it, just search that version of a dongle is supported, or you go to the their website. I can show you here the TP link. For example, I'm buying this one. Give me a sec. Open the page at first. For example, if I'm going to buy this one, so I will go to the web page at first. Go to their web page, and the support the download here. So you can see they need to download the hard drive, the driver at first, right? And the operating system is Mac 10, Mac X. So it's OS X. But now we are using a Mac OS 13. So they are not supported for this one. So we may need to check another one. For example, this one. So before you buy it, just make sure it can work in your computer to save the time. So the downloads, go to download page. Yeah. So you can see only 10. So even before you buy it, you can try to install the driver. If you can use it, then you can buy this one. Otherwise, you cannot buy this one. So I'm not sure like what's the version are you using? So Mac OS Ontario supported Wi-Fi adapter. I don't know. Yeah, they do have the third party hardware driver, but not sure this one can work. I will try this one, but before you buy it, just check if they have the support for your current system. 12.4. Okay, no problem. So I think the easiest idea is switch to a Windows computer if you have. Like if you have your own old computer, which is Windows, or if you have a Raspberry Pi, or if you have a Arduino or other stuff. Nope. Okay. Then I guess you have to buy one. Just make sure it can be used in your computer. So it's not necessary be in this list. It can be any dongle that should work. Just make it like usable in your computer. Okay, all good. Please let me know if you have any doubt. I will also check if we have any way that can capture the AO 2.11 packet. Or you can use the built-in sniffer. Do they have the sniffer? There is another way that you don't need to buy the dongle, but I'm not quite sure it's working properly. You can capture everything you need. Do you want me to have a check? So this one, this, it's pretty easy. Just go to the wireless file, and they have a sniffer inside. So it's a built-in sniffer. I tried it like 1 minute ago. It works, but you will be disconnected if you are using that one because they are in monitor mode. But I can show you can capture everything you need. Yes, so still suggest you to buy a adapter because in lab 2 and lab 3, we may ask you to connect it with a mobile phone. So because if you use this way, you can still capture the AO2.1 radio information, but it is in what's that? The monitor mode. So you capture all the surrounding traffic, but it's not from your computer to the outside. But it can still work. So this one is the like backup solution for your lab. You can still do the lab, but like the experience will not that good. So try to buy a dongle and make it work. And but if it's not working, just like use this method. Okay, so let me know if you have any question. Otherwise, you can feel free to leave at any time. So, yes, sure. Do you have my email address? It's in Moodle. Send me an email or post it on the forum. Yeah, see you.